the title race takes another turn, and this time it's in the favour of Arsenal in what could be a defining round of Premier League fixtures. Arsenal get the win against Brighton, Man City drop points against Forest at home, and the gap is 7 points. Obviously, Man City have that game in hand, which could take it down to four, but this is massive for Arsenal. Again, 8 games to go, a lot to play for, but definitive. It feels like a big round of fixtures. It seems like something that could actually mean something. We're that close to where drop points here can have a detrimental effect or an uplifting effect on a team. And Arsenal, again, it wasn't pretty against Brighton. I'm not looking for pretty. I'm looking for effective. And Arsenal were effective. I think they had one or two shots on target, predominantly one shot through the majority of the game, and that was the goal from Saka. He took a shot from outside of the box, got deflected, went past the goalkeeper. That's exactly what I need. What I like about that is that he took the risk, he took the initiative to take a shot outside the box, not passing it around, not looking for the perfect opportunity. He took the shot and he was benefited for taking that shot, for taking that opportunity. And that's exactly what Arsenal need to do. They need to be brave, they need to be adventurous in some of their chance creation, and Saka did that. He gets to go on his 300th appearance, well deserved. He's been someone who has been consistent for Arsenal, delivering on multiple fronts. Hasn't had the easiest one of it this season, obviously coming back from an injury last season. But again, he's Starboy. He keeps showing up. He delivers. He might not be getting the goals and assists which we expect, but he's there and he's doing the job. Key thing from Arsenal is Saliba wasn't fit, Mosquera was in. The rest of the team was pretty much as you expect. Martinelli coming in for Trossard. We mentioned Trossard hasn't been playing his best. Gyökeres was up front. And again, it wasn't a great game in terms of, footballing standards. But this, to me, is a game that champions need to win. They need to win. Brighton away is not an easy fixture for anybody. There'd been a lot of noise in the media around how Arsenal win, corners, set pieces, all of this nonsense. You win, you win. I've been an Arsenal fan for my whole life. I'm 32 years of age. I've seen us win the big one and I've seen us falter time and time again. And what I crave is what Mikel Arteta has given my team: stability, strength, a defense. I've seen the beautiful football. I've seen it time and time and time again. I don't need to see it again. I need to see effective football. I need to see winning football. I crave winning football. And this team, no matter how much Brighton might have had us under pressure, having a couple opportunities, but not really looking overly threatening. Yeah, okay, have that. But did you score? Did you cost us points? No, no. We got the job done. We're solid. And it's beautiful to see. To me, it's beautiful to see. Of course, who wouldn't want the exciting football and the multiple chances scored and winning this game 4-0? Cool. I mean, there's been years that we've gone to Brighton and we've won 3-1 or 4-1. We've done the business before. Did we get the Premier League? No. I'll leave here happily with a 1-0 win if it means at the end of the season we are celebrating with some silverware. And that's exactly what we did. We did what champions do: win. We did what champions do, which is see out a result. Solid from the team. Again, Brighton had the ball. I don't think they had the attackers to see it out. Again, they had a couple of like half chances. Raya made some really impressive saves at times as well, but I'd say what he did at the end of the Chelsea game was more impressive than what he did in this game. Arsenal were just comfortable in seeing it out. Brighton had more of the ball, but they weren't doing much with it. And again, just my hats off to the team. A couple of players I want to call out specifically: Gabriel, leader at the back. Mosquera was there. He was having a bit of a shaky game, but he was a leader. He was solid in his defensive responsibilities. Timber was okay as well. Hincampe was really good. Raya was really good. Declan Rice being the absolute leader he is. He was everywhere. He was defending, adding a level of stability in the back as well was really impressive. Outside of that, Saka again got the goal, but none of the attackers were really impressive in terms of an attacking sense. Eze again, I think he put on his best, shall I say, audition for Odegaard in terms of pressing. His pressing was effective. He ran for 90 minutes. He put the effort in. He was closing every gap, and that to me was super impressive. He was still trying to create, wasn't as effective as it could have been. I think he had a better game than he did against Chelsea, but the pressing was impressive. And I know for a player like him who hasn't always had that in their locker, this is big. That is big. That's what's the difference between leaving that game with a win or leaving with a draw. That kind of level of commitment is key to seeing out a game. And again, hats off to him, hats off to the whole team. Again, people will talk about how we win. I couldn't care less. I could not care less. Just let me be at that parade at the end of the season, celebrating with my team, celebrating with my fans. That's all I need. I really couldn't care less. I truly couldn't care less about this is the way we play, this is the style we play. It's a needless conversation because I want to win. And the reason those kind of conversations come up is when you don't win. It's when you don't win. We won. We won. For as beautiful as Man City might have tried to play today, they drew. They dropped points in a position where they couldn't. And I knew they would drop points before we played them at the Etihad. And I'm not saying that Arsenal won't drop points either. I'm not saying that because we have some tough fixtures of our own. We've got Everton, we've got Bournemouth. They're tough games. But City are playing people who are fighting for their lives. Forest are fighting for their lives. West Ham will be fighting for their lives. It's not going to be easy for them. It's not going to be easy for us. I still think there's going to be more twists and turns, but it's a good day. And Arsenal needs to take the confidence from a day like this to say this team isn't unbeatable. This team isn't the same team that we faced many years ago. And we are not the same team. We are stronger. We are wiser. I also do think, again, our attack could be better. We should be creating more chances. We should be putting away chances. Attackers need to find their feet. Attackers need to put the ball into the back of the net. We need to be more fluid. Yes, all of these things are true. Not diminishing anything anyone's saying, but at the core of it, I couldn't care as long as we get the 3 points, as long as we sit at the top of that table, as long as we get the silverware at the end of the season. And we are in a brilliant position. Remind yourself, Arsenal fans, we are in a brilliant position. 7 points clear. Man City win their game in hand, which is give or take. 4 points. 4 points clear with a trip to Etihad. We have the control. We have the power. We need to take advantage of it, and we need to be strong in our belief of the team. The away fans today were absolutely brilliant. I spoke about the home fans last time, the anxiety. The away fans are brilliant. Like away games, I know we had the blip against Brentford and Wolves, but listen, Arsenal's away fans are some of the best in the league, hands down. Our home fans need to bring that same energy going into the rest of the games. We need to come in with a level of confidence, with a level of noise that uplifts the team. And we saw it in the 22-23 season and a bit of the 23-24 season. The fans play a massive part. I mean, I do believe that, yes, the players have to do their job. So when you hear these rallying cries, we need the fans, we need the fans, you have to do your job first. But also, I believe at home, yeah, the Arsenal fans, you have a role to play. We have a role to play. And I am so happy with how we've performed since we dropped those points. Hats off to Mikel, hats off to the players. Leaders on the pitch have been shown. Players who have stepped up. I've spoken about who's going to step up. Each game is somebody else. Today, it was Saka, it was Gabriel, it was Rice. The game before, again, Gabriel is the constant in majority of these games because he has been defensively solid in everything that we've done. But Gyökeres and Eze in the Spurs game, in the Chelsea game, you saw Timber step up with his goal. You saw Nkampe with his performance, even though he scored the own goal. You saw Saliba with his goal. Everybody is stepping up. This is a collective team performance. And who is going to step up next? Arsenal are not going to have an easy run for it. City, on the other hand, they have to deal with their problems. Defensively, they look weak. I'm telling you, if they did not sign Semenyo, if they did not sign Gehi, I truly believe that the gap would be bigger by now. I think Arsenal would have it sewn up, even with all of our mistakes, even with all of our errors, even with us dropping points in places. You're like, how did you drop points there? And as it's been shown over the last couple of days or weeks, again, winning at Brentford or against Brentford isn't as easy as everyone may think, and winning against Wolves at home isn't as easy as many would think. And again, we should have won those games because I truly believe we're the best team in the Premier League. Attacking wise, again, there's levels to go. There's places we can take it. There's places we should take it. And how do we unlock our players is another question in itself. But that defense is solid. That defense will bring you a Premier League, and that is what we're hoping for. Still, guys, a long way to go. But listen, I didn't come into this round of fixtures thinking, yeah, we're gonna extend our lead. I was thinking we've got a job to do, and Man City might have a slightly tough time of it with Forest who are fighting for their lives. But this game against Brighton is not an easy one, especially away from home. We did our job. Proud of the boys. Forest did their job for Arsenal. City didn't do their job. And again, the title race takes another turn. Guys, hopefully you're enjoying it. We're gonna catch each and every game of this title race. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It's been EDA. Peace.